Mate, we come very early on this Daddy's Day.
I can't believe you just said "come" and "daddies" in the same sentence. Yeah, it is Daddy's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads listening out there, and to our fathers as well.
Yeah. Dave won't be listening, but that's all right.
Neither will Mick. Mick's actually nearly airborne en route back from the UK. Yeah, travelling.
His European soiree, hot boy summer.
Yeah, dad's hot boy summer is coming to an end.
Damn. Well, I think who was the daddy of racing yesterday? Was it Enver? Enver Jusufovic?
Yeah, he's a daddy.
Yeah.
Enver's got classic dad vibes. I reckon, speaking of hot boys, there's a Storm boy. I reckon he's a bit of a daddy, mate. He's a brute, isn't he?
Storm man. He's a big Storm man now.
He's so big.
Yeah. He's a big, thick, gross colt.
Yeah, he's a gross colt. A big, thick neck on him. Just disgusting.
And for every daddy, there has to be a mummy, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I guess the mummy of Australian racing over the last 12 months. Pride of Jenny.
Mm.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, capitulated, didn't she?
5.5 lengths she was beaten by in the Memsie.
Yeah, no, she capitulated. Absolutely. Anything come out after the race?
No, completely fine.
Yeah. So, look, there's a lot of takes that we had on the Wednesday podcast.
Yeah.
Most of which weren't good. Most of which were horrific. And we'll talk about that more in a sec. But one of which was the lack of trust for Pride of Jenny. And I think, that was well-founded.
Yeah. Well, there's a few different talking points from here, right? The first one I have is a listener question, right, from Nick Scala, very dedicated listener of the show. Now that Pride of Jenny has ran a below par fifth, do you think Tony Oderbray will cool his jet, saying that Romantic Warrior was too scared to come back and defend his Cox Plate crown?
Is that what he said, Tony?
He must have.
That's so funny. No, good on him. Look, the jets are well and truly cooled. They could be reignited after a win. I'll tell you that much for free.
So where are you at? After a performance like that with Pride Jenny, not a first up performer. Her career suggests that, yeah. But that's like the Pride of Jenny of old. You know what I mean? Do you just kind of include her for a quaddie insurance just in case, because she's going to be in the quaddie legs when she's racing, but then as a betting proposition, I kind of want to steer clear a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Well, neither of us had a cent on her yesterday.
No.
So why should we put money on her now? I'll tell you what, if you still like her and you're getting a $4 or $5 over the mile next start in the Maccabi Diva, I couldn't talk you out of that bet, Drifter. Who might be thinking to yourself, yeah, you know what? That's a really good point.
Flemington's probably more a go.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't completely write her off, but she's not a betting prospect for me.
No. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's where I sit on Pride of Jenny.
You know what this did ignite though? Some Twitter wars.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So.
What's Twitter? You mean X?
Oh yeah. Sorry, mate. My apologies. So,
sorry, Elon.
Giddy Up with Gareth Hall, right? One of the many shows that goes on during the week. But
okay.
They quoted this quote from Tony Oderbray during the week. He got lucky once talking about Mr. Brightside. Last time that we met in the Ore, she only had 2 trials and wasn't 100% fit. She's much fitter and I'm seeking revenge.
Seeking revenge, Tony. I like the way this guy operates.
All right.
He's all or nothing. He's literally cock and balls out on the table.
He is, isn't he?
I love it.
Now, Postman Pat's mail.
Where are all these people coming from?
Well,
these just all Twitter people.
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone is praying for this horse's downfall with a wanker owner like this muppet.
Postman Pat said that. Yeah. I thought it was a kids show. What the hell?
Then boom, punting, right? Stop giving this guy a mic. Then Tony replies to Boom.
Tony?
Checked your tips. Maybe consider changing your name from Boom to Bust. You're actually quite shit at it.
Oh, Tony with the backhand down the line.
And then it must have been like minutes after the Memsie was run, right? Boom replies to Tony's remark there. Didn't reply at the time. Want to talk about Bust, Tony? You happen to be at Caulfield, mate? Jenny has to make up 6 lengths on Brightside. And then Tony replies to him, 1,400 meters is not her go. Stupid in capitals.
Oh, Tony, I could just imagine him just like plugging away on his phone. Stupid, like all in caps.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Maybe I should get on Twitter more often.
Yeah, so Tony then posted an update about Pride of Jenny, right? Basically saying that all is well, she's eating up well.
That's good.
You know, which is great, which is the main priority. But then he also said that this medium is for those who love horses. This is not a punter's site to sook up and be nasty. Now, in my opinion, I think Tony's having an each way bet there.
Fucking hell, pull that fucking fence picket out of your ass, Tony.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
I thought that was a good little Twitter war that ignited after the Memsie. But what we've touched on a little bit, and listener question, or more a listener statement from Dane Phillips. Pinstripes under the radar. He raced unreal last time out. Great to see Benny Allen winning another Group 1 as well.
Yeah, dead right. Benny Allen's a character, so happy for him. Happy for Enver, the trainer. Oh, look, Pinstriped he's a horse I've got time for because, I've found him a few times. He's not a Group 1 weight for age horse, though.
Well, yeah.
But he is now.
And, I'm not going to be cruel and take that away. I couldn't even do that if I wanted to.
No, or what jurisdiction do you have?
I have 0. So, but it just doesn't sit right with me that Pinstriped is a Group 1 winner. It just doesn't.
Would it be? Is it almost like saying like if Jimmy the Bear was a Group 1 winner?
No, if Jimmy the Bear was a listed race winner.
It's just not right, is
it's just it doesn't
it's not right, is it?
Just doesn't feel right to me.
No.
So like, all right, if Pinstriped was to go out and win like a handicap mile, sure.
Yeah, if he won the Toorak this year, you'd be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mate, there's been way worse handicap like Group 1 winners for sure.
Durston won a Caulfield Cup, mate.
Exactly. So but away for age, 1,400 meters, like he had the race match fitness, but does it lower the colours of, say, obviously Pride of Jenny, but the likes of Mr. Brightside? He had to come from behind. Pinstriped against Mr. B.
Oh yeah, it does. Look, I think if you're comparing the Memsie to the Wink Stakes that was run last week, chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. Yeah, the middle distance weight for age stocks in Victoria at the moment are pretty piss poor.
Yeah.
Do you know where they're strong though? The benchmark 100s.
Oh my God.
Their benchmark 100s are the best benchmark 100s in the country.
Absolutely.
Easily.
Well, with
young Werter.
Young Werter, he absolutely dominated. What is another Will doing in a benchmark 100?
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, I know.
And Shearwolf was a nice winner at Rosehill in a benchmark 100, but tell you what, imagine that. Cross-state benchmark 100. Would have been fantastic.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, another Will ran out of his skin, actually. We'll touch on him. But yeah, I agree. That happy for Enver, happy for Benny Allen, happy for Pinstriped and the connections.
Yeah, stoked for him.
Because Enver is a St Kilda supporter and he doesn't celebrate too many wins.
No, I feel your pain. Enver, supporting a team that's just dross and mediocre.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, look, I think Mr. Brightside 7, mate. Pride of Jenny 7, like, they're getting on a bit.
What we did see, though, is Mr. Brightside, he jumped with the pack this time.
He did.
Got that tactical speed back.
And in comparison to last year's Memsie, he wasn't coming off a PB Lawrence win. He was first up here, and I think there's some fitness to come because they want to get him into a Cox plate peaking. So, yeah, he's the one I'd rather take out of the race than Jenny.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Antino,
Too tardy out of the gates, and
he's got a little habit of that now.
yeah,
doesn't
he does, and he never used to. He sprinted home well
Very well.
at the end, but if that's where he's going to be every race, not a betting prospect for me, especially at that price.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he sprinted home well, but Pinstriped was still going far better.
Yeah, he never threatened. Antino, he never looked like winning. When you go that far back over 1,400 metres at Caulfield, like, no, good dross.
The only sectional was from the 6 to the 4, which was superior than Pinstriped. Pinstriped still ran a quicker 4 to home than Antino. So, yeah. All right. Well, what else happened at Caulfield then? I think Another Wheel is probably the one, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He was fantastic.
Definitely. Carrying that weight in that race, terrific return. That's the return of a horse. He'll feature in the Toorak and probably be the favourite in futures markets at the moment. And he looks like a horse who can graduate to weight for age. Yeah,
I think so. He actually rattled home in the fastest last 200 metres of the Caulfield program. Another Wheel. There were 3 other shorter races on the day and 3 other 1,400 metre contests on the day, including the Group 1. So.
Interesting. He's got the same sire as Pinstriped, actually. Street Boss.
Yeah.
Animo sire.
Yeah.
There you go. He was fantastic. There wasn't a stack of things making up ground at Caulfield, and for him to reel them in like that, yeah, terrific.
Yeah. And it's like, you know the grade of, say, a Heat, a Shock and a Bankmore. But he still had to do it.
We do know the grade of those two horses, don't we?
Yeah.
Like, they're well and truly exposed.
Heat, a Shock is going to compete in like a Balaclava Cup or something. You know what I mean?
He is. He is. Yeah, and he'll run super.
Yeah, he will. He'll probably win it.
He'll probably win it.
Yeah.
He was terrific.
But yeah, Another Wheel, bigger fish to fry.
Yep.
Now, speaking of fish, Storm Boy. Was that the best performance at Rosehill? Probably.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, the way he did it, like he wasn't going slow up front.
No.
And then he kicked away from him. So much better than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think do you reckon, what was the difference then compared to the end of his prep in the autumn? Do you reckon it was the deck, or do you reckon just the maturity, bit of a combination? The hippo?
I think, yeah, a few different things in his favour. And one thing that I've noticed about him, he's a bit of a bully and he likes to control his races. And when you have a bigger field in, say, a Golden Slipper and a Sires, probably doesn't have the opportunity to do that.
Bust him up a little bit, yeah.
So a lot of his career, he's been in 6 or 7 field races.
Good point.
The exception of that, though, is the Magic Millions, where it's arguably his peak performance. So it's
was cooked.
So I guess outside of that, though, I think the good ground is huge for him. I don't think he gets through anything that's soft. It was peaking for the Magic Millions and then having to peak again for the Slipper.
For a 2-year-old.
For a 2-year-old, big ask.
Yeah. Especially a colt, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. And for a now 3-year-old, I think it's like he's just going to kind of, hopefully, it could have gone 2 ways for him. It looks like it's gone the better of the 2 options where he should be favourite in the Golden Rose market now, I would imagine. Yeah,
I think so. And it was terrific to see him return like that. And we said he was racing for his racing career.
He was, though.
He was, yeah.
And thankfully, he's blown that, like, those questions out of the water now.
Yeah.
But who'd he beat?
Yeah. Like, well, he beat a horse that I thought was going to be really good in Gatsby's. He capitulated. Second up syndrome.
Yeah, second up syndrome. I just think these 3-year-olds, I don't know how good they are. Like, I think they are mixing their form a lot. We're seeing an Autumn Glow come out of the woodwork, and she absolutely demolished a pretty average crop of 3-year-olds.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of a pecking order establishing itself, though. Like, So Storm Boy's, clearly top of the tree when it comes to the Golden Rose. Autumn Glow is like, she's already got one hoof on the Flight Stakes trophy. And there was a horse who won in Caulfield who's probably at the top of the market for the Coolmore Stud Stakes. That's Growing Empire. He brained him.
Yeah.
But again, who did he beat?
Exactly.
So there's a bit of a pecking order. I think they're three that you can follow. But after that,
yeah. And
Switzerland maybe when he comes back, but we haven't seen him yet.
Maybe. His trials have been against like the older horses and he's been running on okay.
Yeah. The Chris Waller trial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas Storm Boy's, his second trial was much better. But yeah, Storm Boy, interesting.
He's so big.
He is.
And he's going to be, irrespective of what he does, I said it to you yesterday, for the rest of his racing career, I think he's going to be a terrific stallion just because look at him.
Yeah.
He's a specimen.
He's just so big, isn't he?
He's so big.
Right up our alley. Love that.
He's not Yulong Turbo.
No, he's not. He's not a Yulong Turbo. But like even, you know who even surprised me how big she was Autumn Glow. Like she looks like her daddy a little bit. Like the size and like how imposing she is when she runs. Like almost like
she's got a terrific gallop.
Like almost like nonchalant. Like I'm out here just being a horse, you know?
Yeah.
Not even really putting in, whereas like some of them really dig in.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. She was terrific. She's up there with performance of the day. So she's a half sister to In the Congo. Same mare. So yeah, just terrific bloodlines. She cost 1.8 million. She's putting it on the track. Like, yeah, she's a hell of a filly.
Kieran is riding really well at the moment.
Super.
He had a dog shit 3 years there. Basically since Celestial Legend won the Everest.
Yeah.
Classic Legend,
Legend, yeah.
But now he's right on top of his game.
And do you know what? I think he's riding with a lot more. You can tell because he's putting himself into races.
Yeah.
And you know, too often he'd just go out the back and ride for luck.
Yep.
In the last few years. But no, he's finding a position, which is good.
Yeah. Autumn Glow, yeah, she was fantastic. Who did she beat? That's probably the question. Now, there was another really good performance before we go back to Caulfield. In the last, Briasa. So that undefeated horse for Team Hawks, this is a black type horse.
Yep.
He smashed the clock. So he actually ran the quickest last 600 meters of the Rosehill card. It was a 1100 meter contest, but the horse that only, so he ran a 32.81. Tropicus, who was in Storm Boy's race, ran a 32.82 last 600 meters in the San Domenico. So he's returned really nice as well. But Briasa, I'm following him wherever he goes. He will be winning black type. Prep, I reckon.
Yeah, very smart win.
Yeah, very, very good. Now, Growing Empire. Very aptly named because Yulong is a growing empire as well.
Isn't it just?
Is he going to be their Everest horse?
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Well, who else do they have, really? Like, who have they bought into, like, fillies-wise and mares-wise, that are sprinters? Like, they bought Imperatriz, but she ain't running.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, he'd have to be, and follow that, you know, Everest into the Coolmore Stud Stakes path, which is, you know, it's been done before.
Certainly has. Yeah, it could be like the Giga Kick kind of, I guess, like jumps out of the ground type of operation. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I think so. Well, that's a fascinating Everest, actually, because there's a few of the older brigade who still haven't secured their slots. I'm thinking like the Private Eyes of the world.
Where is he at? His trials there've been some Dross trials. He's right at the top of the power rankings of Dross trials.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his trials have been no good.
Yeah, okay. I would not be surprised if Git comes back and just puts them all to the sword.
Well, Cooper cordless of not having a cord fan.
Has 0 cords.
He's chucked in Giga Kickers. He's futures.
Yeah,
futures
I
pick.
saw that, and you know, $9 or $10 at the moment in some markets. He resumes next week, and if he brains him there, he won't be that price. So
No.
that's a fair enough punt.
But yeah, Growing Empire was fantastic. He
Mark Zara gave him a peach too from the White Gate.
yeah, he did.
Just made sure that he took luck out of the equation. It was like, I'm on the best horse. I'm just going to ride him like that.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got one hoof on the Coolmore stud already, but obviously there's a few things to unpack there. And I guess loyal listener of the show, Just Buttonshaw, obviously this man has a severe bias to anything trained by Peter Snowden. But
The Snowden.
yeah, at what point do we just give the Prince of Scone the Coolmore trophy? I know you know. He's talking about Bodyguard there. So Bodyguard is definitely a watch for me. I'm keen, but I think he's gonna have to improve to beat that thing in the Coolmore.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, so the 3-year-old, there's 3 at the top of the tree at the moment. Yeah, and the rest are a mile away.
Thomas Robson, Autumn Glow to go undefeated in her career. That is a huge call. Big call. I reckon she could go undefeated in her 3-year-old spring career.
Definitely.
After that's up for debate.
Definitely. Well, if she sticks to, just beating up on her own sex, why not? Why not? And I wonder what the camp thinks. Like, so she's raced over 1,200 and then was that 1,300 yesterday?
Yes.
So I wonder if the camp thinks she's a mile type or if she's like an Oaks type.
Being out of TAS.
Yeah, being out of the autumn sun.
Yeah, do you see my note yesterday? Apparently he's having a year off stud duties.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
He injured himself, yeah.
Like, what, in the penile area?
He didn't break his penis. No.
Mate, that's one of the most valuable penises in Australia.
It is a valuable penis. Oh, Tass, God bless you. No, it's I think it was in his hip or something like that.
Yeah.
Like so it was not in the penile area, but in a crucial area.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's funny. Poor Tass.
Poor Tass, a year off.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine going to the doctors and someone telling you that. Come on, mate, you've got to have a year off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's probably going to increase his value because, like, these 3-year-old, like, staying features, he's becoming, as you kind of predicted, he's becoming fast, like, the sire you want.
If you want a filly to win a classic race, it's got to be out of the autumn sun now.
And also, it's like, though, what does a Cocoa Sun? What does a
Vibrant sun?
Yeah, what do they
Autumn
do?
glow.
What do they?
Autumn angel.
What do they do longer term as well? It's like, can they actually feature in like some better races, like a Metropolitan or something?
Yeah. Caulfield Cup, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Like, and I hope that he increases in popularity and the fillies that he produces increase in value. Obviously, the Autumn Glow is 1.8 million, but because it's good for our market. It's not just, it just goes to show that it's not just sprinters that we're after.
Agreed. All right. Quick wash up from the Stewards report. Nothing too sinister. Sequestered, apparently.
Oh, that was dross.
Mate, apparently she didn't appreciate the ground. Now, prior to yesterday, she was 5 starts on good for, I think, 3 wins and a couple of placings, maybe. Had a slow recovery, apparently. She's going to pop up at 20-1 and she's going to win. But I can't possibly be on her. Like,
No.
she's a bit of a thief ever since she was on King Charles Day. She won like a champion in a benchmark 78. She has the talent to be far better than that. I don't know, she's just too inconsistent.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, you couldn't go again. No.
And I don't know if we actually mentioned it, but Hippo did drop the whip on Stormboy at the 300 meters as well.
Yeah.
But I love seeing him get the ride back.
Yeah, should never have taken it off him.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Exactly right. The hippo. So glad for him. Happy for him.
Now, the Moir Stakes is the Group 1 next weekend. 1,000 metres, way for age. Moonee Valley. Estriella is your favourite at $3.20. I Wish I Win, $5.50. Lady Camelot, $7. Coleman, $8s. Hayasugi, $12. Stormboy, $13s. Won't be going there. Cabalas, $15s. Mornington Glory, $15s. And then you could probably have the rest.
Yeah, a bit of a yawn fest, isn't it? Well, it is. I think Estriella's a little smarty. And if she takes any improvement out of her autumn campaign, obviously her last run was a bit disappointing, but I think that was probably just a stretch too far and a prep run. So if she improves, she'll be hard to beat.
Very hard to beat.
And she might get an Everest slot.
Yeah, well, maybe we start like Everest Watch. Do a prediction after this Group 1 sprint next week on the review show. We might do that.
Yep. Sounds like a plan, Stan. Everest Watch.
Everest predictions.
Yep.
Have to have like some sort of funky prediction in there. Like one outside of the box.
Sequestered.
Godolphin will not, I can confirm, Godolphin will not be taken sequestered. They're probably an interesting one. In Secret's retired.
I was just thinking, no cylinder. Kalos. He needed to win yesterday.
He loomed up at the top of the straight going like, hey, I'm Kalos. I'm going to win this race. And then he was like, actually,
no, thank you.
I don't think so.
No, yeah. So I don't know who they'd go for actually.
I did mention the name of Quintessa on the podcast.
You did,
but I didn't have a bet in that race. She was just way too classy for them, wasn't she?
She sure was. Yeah, there were some bad takes by me on the podcast.
Oh, mate.
Gatsby's. The two camera story yesterday about Snowman. And Dross. And St. George ran like a bloody 60-1 shot.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He ran. He only lost. They only lost. It was a punch field. So, you know.
He was good.
Yeah.
Jamie, she went to the outside where she should have stuck to the rail. Future history took her the run that she should have had and finished third. I actually think he goes close to running top three if he keeps that run. But
yeah,
he's an imposing looking horse, isn't he?
You
know where he is in the run.
You certainly know where he is. Yeah.
But he's not grey, he's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's about it, mate.
Yep.
Honestly.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get to daddy duty later today and
I've you know, like I said, Dad's 50,000 feet up, so I guess I'll just put my feet up this afternoon and just chill.
Good for you, mate.
Yeah. Just say good day today for me.
I will. Now, we've been mentioning a few times about a little tipping competition. Will that be ready to share with the drifters by this time next week?
In terms of the finished product, probably not, I'd say, but it will be ready to go by the end of this month. And what I'm going to do is just to make it easy for your drifters, it's probably going to be like a Survey Monkey type operation. And you just put in your selections and that all gets fed through to something, and then I'll just have to collate the data.
Easy. But I reckon we could probably, by this time next week, we could go, hey, this is what you're playing for.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's going to be worth your while to participate in this.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see which drifter really does have the biggest penis when it comes to Group 1 tipping.
TAS style.
Yeah. May you have a restful year.
All right. We'll see you on Wednesday.
See yous.